Salam Sejahtera. This is our traditional way of greeting, join hands, not only in Malaysia but in the entire Southeast Asia. It is not only a respectful and polite way of addressing and greeting third parties, but also a way of keeping good hygienic standard and respecting distancing. A moment like this, looking back at the wisdom of our traditional ways, seems to be of great convenience and use. I am Fadz Abdan, the General Manager of Lotus Asia Tours, Malaysia and Singapore. I am here today to keep you abreast of current condition in Malaysia as related to the ongoing containment of the coronavirus spreading. I'd like to seize this opportunity to express my deepest sympathy to those going through difficult times. In this moment, most of the countries are entering a second phase past the one of the lockdown, which in Malaysia prefers to call the movement control. We believe this is a more apt way to call it. It consists of two parts. On one hand, we have a partial restrictions of citizens' movement. On the other hand, selected businesses and industries are allowed to operate. Here in Malaysia, from the 4th of May, things are progressively getting back to normal. Access to shops, restaurants, and other public premises is regulated by social distancing, mask wearing, and sanitation policies. Body temperature is measured and personal data are taken for tracing purposes. In Malaysia, Lotus Asia Tours runs 3 offices. One is home to corporate administration for the entire group located in Kuala Lumpur. Other 2 offices, one in Kuala Lumpur and one in Kota Kinabalu, are the actual place of business for the DMC inbound agency. All 3 offices have been shut since mid-March and only few people are allowed access. We are currently working from home. As for the hospitality industry, the hotels have been always allowed to operate, and those that have shut down their operation have done so in order to cut costs due to the missing revenues. Schools and universities classes have been suspended, with schooling and lectures done online. All exams are being postponed to next year. Public transport is limited to certain hours and with a reduced number of commuters allowed on board. The airports in Malaysia are operating without restrictions on flights. The movement of people, though, in and out of the country is restricted and subject to several rules and in certain cases to mandatory quarantine. The current regulations are planned to be in place up to the 9th of June. The situation, though, is rather fluid and keeps changing almost daily. Given to the good results in containing the virus spreading, the restrictions are reviewed continuously and we foresee a return to normal movements sometime by the end of June, beginning of July. Most flights to Malaysia and Europe can be booked at regular fares from June onwards. Malaysia has a very low number of infections compared to other Southeast Asia countries. The good level of infrastructure and the responsible and disciplined behavior of the community has contributed to make the policies laid down by the authorities successful. At time this video is recording, the total positive cases registered in Malaysia is of 6,779, with an increment from the previous day of 37 infected, 5,281 recovered persons, and 2 additional deaths for a total number 111 deaths in all of Malaysia, with an average recovery rate at above 70%. The peak of daily new positive cases was on the 26th of March with 235 cases. Since then, the number has been fluctuating with a bottom number of 30 cases. The fluctuation is probably also related to number of people tested. We are cautiously optimistic. We, in fact, are of the opinion that in Peninsular Malaysia, the situation will be normalizing in short term. In Malaysia, there are very tight border controls, a good system of testing, tracing, and recording. That not be the case, though, for Eastern Malaysia, specifically Sabah, where the borders are rather porous, with continuous movement that cannot be properly traced and recorded, especially of the indigenous people. As I was saying, we foresee a progressive return to normality sometime in July. Naturally, all the rules and regulations indicated by the WHO and the local authorities will be adhered to. In order to be prepared, we at Lotus are working closely with the authorities and all the stakeholders in the travel industry. It is very important to us the drafting of proper guidelines and protocol to make sure that they are effectively and consistently implemented when it comes to tour guides and all frontliners. Their well-being is our priority, for they are exposed to different folks coming from different corners of the world, and they may become vehicles of inspection themselves. Sanitation of vehicles and of indoor gathering areas is our concern as well. At the same time, we are trying to restructure tours and services, limiting as much as possible lengthy transfer with large vehicles. New seating configurations are being evaluated continuously in relation to safety distances and costs involved. Like our colleagues in Indonesia, we follow closely the policies devised and implemented by airlines and airports, which constitute the main points of aggregation and long periods of same habitat sharing. We are here to keep you posted with all that is going on and can be contacted at any time through the usual means of communications. Nothing has changed to that regard. Updates may be found on our website, which is regularly uploaded with the latest conditions on the ground. See you soon.